At Finexio, we're defining the category of accounts payable payments as a service by ensuring that our customers are removed from the tactical and strategic work required to deliver payments. Our services save our customers the approximately $6 to $10 per payment and the average of 10 hours per week that are generally associated with manual payments. To really understand the value this brings, you must first understand how accounts payable works within an organization. By the end of this video, you should be able to explain accounts payable in general terms, describe the mission of accounts payable processes within an organization, and highlight the value that Finexio brings to our customers by providing AP payments as a service. First, let's help you explain what we mean when we say accounts payable. In the most basic terms, accounts payable refers directly to the money owed by a business to its vendor or vendors. Let's say that you run a construction business and you need 2,000 cubic feet of cement for an upcoming project. As the business or the purchaser, you would place a purchase order with the cement supplier or vendor. A purchase order or PO is a legal contract between a purchaser and a vendor. The supplier makes delivery of the cement to the business or the project site with an invoice that must be paid within an established time frame, usually based on contractual guidelines or an existing relationship with the purchaser. At this point, the vendor has become a creditor, and the business is now indebted to the vendor and must make timely payment using the agreed upon method, cash, check, electronic transfer, etc., or be in risk of default. In this example, some of the key components that are involved are the purchase order or contract between the purchaser, debtor, and the vendor, the creditor, the products or services provided, the invoice, and the payment. Although the term accounts payable just refers to money owed, generally, when you hear someone discuss AP, they're actually referring to the processes involved in dealing with this debtor-creditor relationship, or the actual group within the organization that handles these processes. Now that you have a good grasp of what we mean when we say accounts payable, let's look at the mission of accounts payable processes. The ultimate goal of AP processes is the timely payment of only the bills and invoices that are both legitimate and accurate. A good AP department will ensure that invoices are paid in a timely manner, while at the same time keeping cash as long as possible. This is measured in days payable outstanding, or DPO, which indicates the average number of days a company is able to wait before paying vendors. In order to handle AP well, you need organized processes in place to reconcile purchase orders, invoices, and products and services received, make payments, and manage vendor relationships. If executed successfully, these AP processes protect the interests of all parties involved, mitigate the risk of fraud, and ensure a healthy supply chain. The primary task of AP processes is ensuring that what was ordered, what was received, and what will be paid are all aligned. This harmonization of financial accounts is also known as reconciliation. In a perfect world, every purchase order would follow the proper request channels and contain the correct requests for products and services, and every invoice would accurately reflect exactly what was ordered, what was delivered, and the agreed upon price. Sadly, we don't currently live in a perfect world, so while we're still pushing toward utopia, it's vital that AP processes be in place in order to reconcile all these elements, identify any discrepancies, and take appropriate steps toward any necessary corrections. You may have done this on a small scale through online shopping. You search for a product, make a good faith offer, and then you thoroughly inspect the product upon delivery to make sure it matches the expected product description. If it doesn't, these sites generally have processes in place for you to either return the product for a refund or request some type of compensation. In a very real way, you functioned as your own accounts payable department. In business, AP processes are the best line of defense against fraudulent orders, while at the same time maximizing operating cash flow. When stringent AP processes are followed, purchase orders are examined prior to being sent out to ensure that they've gone through all the necessary approvals. That way, only what is needed is actually ordered. When delivery is made, AP processes should be in place to compare the purchase order with the invoice, verify that the correct quantity, quality, and item type were received, and validate that the price charged matches the original purchase order. This protects both the purchaser and the vendor from lost revenues. Effective reconciliation of liabilities and assets is not just important to the company's bottom line, but there are often legal requirements that state that companies need to be able to provide a clear picture of their financial position at any point in time. Without AP, it would be impossible for most of those companies to provide this information accurately. Once all aspects of the order have been reconciled, the AP processes of an organization also handle delivery of payment to the vendor. Depending on the size and internal structure of a company, the simple task of getting a check approved and signed can be extremely difficult and time-consuming. All considerations for bureaucratic processes, delivery methods, payment types, and contractual requirements need to be baked into the AP processes to avoid late fees or worse, placing the company in default with the vendor. It's reasonable to expect that in the current climate of automation and digitization, every company would be set up to make payments electronically. But more often than not, paper checks are still the primary method of payment for businesses of all sizes. Later in the video, we'll discuss how Finexio has integrated itself with financial service companies and with vendors to bring 21st century payment solutions to any organization. One universal constant in business is that everyone likes to be paid on time and accurately for services rendered or products provided. One of the fastest ways to grind your business's productivity to a halt is to destroy relationships with the vendors that keep your business running. This is why it's so vital to have AP processes in place to ensure that payments are made to vendors within contractual guidelines for timeliness and accuracy. Although AP is often looked at as a liability, the processes in place that manage vendor relationships can actually result in cost savings that strengthen the bottom line. For example, many vendors will have discounts available for early payments or payments made using a preferred payment method. By paying for the 2,000 cubic feet of cement within a 30-day time frame, the supplier may offer a % discount off the entire order. By leveraging electronic payment methods, a window washing company may provide a discount because they don't have to wait for a check to be written and then cleared. Just like with your credit card company, vendors will often increase your line of credit or your ability to make larger purchases if your company's established a reputation for paying correctly and on time. These are just a few examples of how AP processes are an integral part of maintaining strong vendor relationships. At this point, you have a foundational understanding of what accounts payable is and what it attempts to accomplish. But what you're probably also picking up on is that it's way more complicated than this short video has been able to communicate. Wouldn't it be great if companies had a partner who could lift some of this hassle off their shoulders so they could focus on growing their business and meeting their customers' needs? Wouldn't it be nice if determining payment methods and making payments on time was somebody else's problem? How awesome would it be for a business to be able to redirect the focus of headcount away from sending money outside of the business and toward revenue and innovation? That is exactly what Finexio does for our customers by providing accounts payable payments as a service. Every day we're onboarding more and more clients who are trusting us to reduce cost and waste while improving cash flow in their organization. By leveraging AP payment automation and offering a strategic mix of payment types to each of our partners, we're helping them achieve their goal of improving cash flow with increased visibility and control. At this point, you should be able to explain accounts payable in general terms, describe the mission of accounts payable processes within an organization, and highlight the value that Finexio brings to our customers by providing AP payments as a service. Thank you for taking the time to learn more about accounts payable.